in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can make your own transients from scratch. So first of all, what is a transient? A transient is that really harsh click that you hear at the very beginning of a drum sample, or probably at the very beginning of a tear out sample as well. So every time you hear that harsh little click at the beginning of either a kick or a tear out bass and everything, that's pretty much the transient. Now you can pretty much use a transient shaper or some other tools that can actually help bring the transient up a little bit more, but it's a lot better if you just can make a transient from scratch and just be able to layer it with your kick or bass. Alright, so you can pretty much use any synth you want for this, as long as it has a noise sampler or pretty much a noise generator. You can pretty much use any synth you want, but I'll be using Serum 2 just to streamline it a little bit. Alright, so let's load up Serum 2. So we're going to turn off oscillator A, and we're just going to use this noise sampler. And just for consistency's sake, I'll use a pink noise, because I pretty much just use pink noise whenever I'm making stuff. And I'll take the level all the way down, and we're pretty much just going to use the envelope section right here. So we're not going to touch the LFOs, we're just going to mess with the envelopes. Alright, so we'll go to envelope 2, we'll take the release down, take the decay down, take the sustain down, and take the attack down as well. And then we'll move this hold over here, and we'll put this up to about 3 to 6 milliseconds. So just for the hell of it, we'll do 6 milliseconds. And we'll zoom in so you can see just how small that is. And then we're going to add this onto the level. So now we got a quick little noise hit right here. But we want to make it sound like a click. Well, how do we actually make it sound like a click? Well, one good way we can do that is by using the filters here and using a bandpass filter. So go to normal, go to bandpass 12, and we'll take another envelope. We'll take the release down, sustain down. We'll put the decay a little bit down to about possibly like 10 or 16 milliseconds. Take the attack all the way up and put this one onto the filter. And then we'll route this into the filter. You starting to hear that click right there? Nice. So then we'll go to the level, so that way we can pull this up a little bit more. And we can adjust the cutoff so that way you can have it be a softer click or a harsher click. Alright, cool. And then with that, we can go inside of the effects right here. Go with distortion, probably make like a tube distortion. And just so that way I can see how this looks, we'll use a Sci-Scope Pro. Go inside of here. Doesn't matter what key we go in, because it's just going to be a noise. We'll probably just So you see how this is a harsh little click right here now, but now we gotta bring it up a little bit more. So this is where the distortion comes in. So to take some tube distortion and drive it up. Adjust the level up. And pretty much we got the transient sounding pretty good. So just to make some extra adjustments, we'll go back into the cutoff. And you can actually see on the Sci-Scope right here, the way you mess with the cutoff affects the type of transient you'll make. Alright, then we'll adjust the decay a little bit. Nice. So we can go ahead record that out. And we pretty much have a transient. And you can pretty much take this and put it in front of like a kick or probably even a snare and all stuff, and you can pretty much make it hit hard. So let's actually try a snare that probably doesn't really hit that hard, and we'll put it next to it. Alright, let's take something like that. Shout out to Fearless Beats. Alright, and then we'll add that to it. So this is it without it. And with it. Just gives that extra little punch at the beginning. And to make it hit a little bit harder. Yeah, right there. And pretty much Makes it sound a lot more clear in the mix. And then we can take like a kick. Shout out Fearless Beats again. Like this one already has like a pretty good transient. You know, he kind of boosted it, like he boosted it really good. But let's actually switch this out with the transient now. Now it has a lot more character to there. And you can even adjust the pitch of your transient as well. Just to give it that extra punch. And pretty much, there you go. That's how you make your transients from scratch. And if you'd like to try some extra transients for yourself, I made a small free pack for you guys. The link for it will be in the description. Hopefully you guys found this useful, and I'll see y'all in the next one.